Hi friends, welcome to 10th grade. I'm so excited to have you this year. I'm sorry you can't be in person. I know it's a bummer. In case you weren't here today, I just wanted to kind of go over some stuff that we talked about in our synchronous meeting. My name's Miss Miller. I'm your 10th grade English teacher. Some of you have had before, some of you haven't. I'm just going to quickly go over some stuff so that you have a better understanding, and in case you were confused at all today, we can talk about it and make sure that you're not confused, okay? So I'm going to share my screen just so that you can see what I see. Okay, so if you haven't already, you want to make sure that you are in and have your Google stuff set up. So I would really recommend making sure that you have specific folders for each of your classes. So do you see how mine is organized in here? I have different school years. If I were you, I would make a folder for just English class, and then one for Mr. Boyagin's class, and then one for Mr. Rock's class. So the way that you do that, if you haven't done it before, is you click New, you click Folder, and then you can title it whatever you want. So for me, I would make it English 10, or, you know, World History, something like that. My phone is ringing. I guess they don't want to talk to me. Okay. Once you have that made, I think it'll just make your life a lot easier and a lot more organized. I would also recommend, and we'll talk about this when we look at the syllabus, having a folder for papers in case you want to print stuff out, and then also a notebook. Sorry. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is, if you haven't done so already, you want to join your whatever class you're in. I did invite everybody, so you just have to accept it. Let's go to period 2 since that's my first one. Okay, so if you didn't already, you should have seen the announcement that I made this morning. There's just a welcome back announcement. And then I also put on here just some fun stuff for us to do, for us to get to know each other a little bit better. You can go to this Padlet and post your school, first day of school outfit. So all you have to do is click on it. I'm already signed in, but you should probably sign in with Google. And then you can post your first day of school outfit, because I know we're missing that today. It's really sad. So there's mine. Just anytime during the week, you can post your first day outfit. If you don't want to do that, that's totally fine. There's other alternatives in here. If you really, really don't want to do it, you don't want to share anything, that's okay too. It's just a nice way for me to see your faces and kind of put faces to names. That way you're not just like a name on my roster. Looking really shiny. Ugh. Okay. All right, so something that's a little bit different this year is, at least for my class, I have my class or my Google Classroom set up so that all you see in the stream here, this very first page for the class, is announcements. So you won't see any of your assignments in there. And I think that might be a change for some people. They're used to seeing all the assignments in here and it gets really clogged up. I don't like that. So what I did is I only made it so that you can see only my announcements. So in order to find your assignments, you're going to come over here to classwork. Okay. Once you're in classwork, you'll see, these are gray right now because they actually are scheduled for a little bit later, that things are color coded. So I thought that it might be a little bit easier and more visual for you if you see things with colors. So anything that's green is graded. Anything that's yellow is a material. So it's not something that you necessarily need to worry about getting graded, but it will help you. What I mean by that is, if you look here, every week you should do this. You should come to your classwork, find the week that we're in. Obviously this week is 8/31 to 9/4. Friday is the 4th of September already, which is crazy. And you're gonna wanna look at the weekly overview of assignments. Every week I'll post this. I did it last year, I did the year before that. It's just like an agenda, basically, like what we're going to do for the week and what's expected of you and what's expected of me. So you'll click on this, it'll take you to a page that looks like this. So it'll have the dates here, 831 to 94, any standards that we're addressing, so any of the like Englishy standard stuff that we have to cover. I have the purpose of the assignment, so in case you're like, why do I have to do this stuff? This is why I want you to do it. And then just kind of a rundown of what you can expect for the week. So for today, today's Monday, you have 3 things. You want to check out the Bitmoji classroom, you want to review the syllabus, and if you would like, you can share your first day outfits on the Padlet. Now, this week I do have Monday and Tuesday as the same. Hopefully you got a chance to look at your schedules and you'll see that you have periods 1 through 5 today, 6 through 9 tomorrow. You don't have school Wednesday. I do have office hours. I'll talk about that a little bit when we look at the syllabus. Then Thursday again will be 1 through 5. Friday will be 6 through 9. So, if you have any questions about that, you can absolutely ask me. The office hours here, so if you need any extra help or you're not understanding anything, on a Wednesday I have more blocked time off. So on a normal day, you can check in with me on your, so say you come in on Tuesday, you know, it's period 6. You would check in with your 6th period teacher. So some of you will have me for period 6. You could come in and ask any questions. We'll work on any, you know, reading stuff that we need to work on. This first week, probably second week, we won't be doing any of that. We'll just be getting to know each other, kind of feeling this whole technology stuff out. And then on Wednesdays, there'll be office hours. So if you need anything from 9 to 11, I'll have Google Meet going. And then from 12:30 to 2:30, for those of you who like to sleep in, you can wake up a little bit later, ask your questions a little bit later. And then down here, you can see that if you have any assessments, tests, quizzes, that kind of stuff, that'll all be down here. Obviously, this week you don't have any of that. There is some stuff due right here, and I'll talk about that when we go to our syllabus. But there'll be like the parent form and then a student survey. And I'm actually going to give you your first assignment on Thursday. Okay. Let's go back to Google Classroom. Let me go to the main page again. I know your class last year, so your group last year used Google Meets. I didn't last year, I used Zoom, but it looks like Google Meets actually might be a little bit more user-friendly. So I'm going to use them this year. Right here where my arrow is where you'll see the link. When your class period starts, I'll open up the link, you'll come in, I'll take attendance. You'll ask questions, we'll go over assignments. Some teachers are using it as an opportunity to do live lessons. I don't think that's how I'm going to do it. I think what I'm going to do is I'll post videos and assignments, and then I'll use the period that you show up. So say it's 2nd period and you come in at 9 a.m., I'll use it as kind of like a check and connect situation. So you can come in, ask your questions. If you need to go over an assignment, you know, paragraph by paragraph, we can do that. But for the most part, it's going to be making sure that you know what you need to do kind of situation. Okay. Okay, let me look at my to-do list so I make sure I cover everything. Yeah, I think I did. Okay, so you can see that this week you have the weekly overview that we looked at. You have the Bitmoji classroom. That's just kind of fun stuff. And then you have the syllabus. The Bitmoji classroom I'm going to let you look at on your own. That's just kind of a get to know me. And it'll be an easy way for me to get to know you, and you'll learn about that on Thursday. What I really want to do is look at the syllabus right now. So I'm going to pull this up here. I'm actually going to get an email. I'm actually just going to present this so that you can see it the way that you would see it when you click on it on your computer eventually. There we go. Okay. My classroom's a little dark right now. I actually don't really like keeping the lights on, so if we ever get to meet in person, I'm hoping You'll see I usually keep my lights off. It's very chill in here. We have Christmas lights. I don't really like the harsh lighting. It's just loading. There we go. Oh man, it's very blue. Okay, so this is my virtual syllabus, which took me a while. This is my favorite way to waste time. My favorite way to waste time is by designing things and like putting things everywhere, like this little book. Okay, so you know my name is Miss Miller. This year we'll be exploring a variety of topics. You're going to use this virtual syllabus to review the class requirements, materials, and expectations. Can't wait for us to explore world literature together. So you can look at this, and I want you to look at this pretty extensively. There's a few things I want to go over with you. So this is how you'll get to my contact information. So if you need to get into contact with me and you forget my email or you forget something, don't panic, it's on the syllabus. I have either my school email or my roller, well, they're both my school emails, but one is like my official school email and one is just my roller's email. It doesn't really matter which one you email, I'll answer them both. If you email my SHSD rollers email, I do get it sent to my phone. So if you're emailing me at like 8:30 at night, I'll probably see that one faster than I'll see one to the SHSD K-12. I'll answer them both, but I'll probably see the other one sooner. Just know that if you email me at midnight, I won't answer you until the next morning because I go to bed very early because I'm old. Okay, phone number, if you would happen to need to call the school, that's the school number, and then that's my extension with my room number. Again, office hours are Wednesdays from 9 to 11, and then 12:30 to 2:30. So if you need something on a Wednesday when you don't have school, when you don't have any assigned classes, you can pop into a Google Meet during one of those times. 9 to 11, I know is pretty early for some of you. But if you have a job or something and you have to go in later in the afternoon, that might be a nice, morning check-in, okay? And then I also use what's called Remind. It's a texting service. If you are on a sports team, they use them a lot. You just want to send a text to that number, 81010, with the following message. So if you're in English 10, just regular English 10, you want to send a message with 73G6CF to 81010, and they'll send you a text message back with all the instructions. And then that way you can text me without actually texting me. It's a safe way for you to get in contact with me really quickly. It's just like a text message. It'll get sent to my phone and I can answer it. Okay. Same thing for Honors English 10. It's just a different message that you'll send. Okay. You can read the overview on your own. It's basically just telling you what kind of stories we're going to read. It is world literature, so we're going to focus on things mainly outside the United States. There are some things that we will read that are relevant and really important, and so they will be from writers from the United States. However, we are focusing on writers who identify as women, Black, Indigenous, people of color, and or LGBTQIA+. Okay, that way you're just getting a really broad spectrum of writers and styles of writing. Like I said, you can read this on your own and kind of go with that, okay? Expectations, these are pretty universal. Seal high pride, positive attitude, respect, dedication, integrity, and excellence. You can't, because we're virtual, it's what I really want you to do is just, if you're coming to the synchronous lesson, just make sure you're on time. It's just courteous, And I know this year's gonna be hard. It's hard for all of us. I would much rather have you here in person, but you're going to get in what you put out this year. And so if you put in minimal effort, you're only gonna get minimal payback. Does that make sense? So really, I just want you to focus, and this is your full-time job. Being a student should be #1 priority right now, and I know it's hard and it's tough, but we are here for you, and you will be amazing, I know it. So some things to keep in mind: academic honesty. So if you are caught cheating, copying, or having plagiarism in any form, that's a big problem. Okay, so what I mean by that is if you are copying work from a friend, that's considered cheating and then plagiarism because you're stealing their work. You would fail the assignment. If it's a big assignment, so say it's an essay and you take it from the internet, that would be a disciplinary referral and a parent contact and also a 0 on an assignment. You don't want to have that. If you have any other questions, I hate talking about this downer stuff, but if you really want to look at it, there's page 39 of your student handbook. I have a link right here. You can read all about it. But let's move on to happier stuff, okay? Grading policy. This is just the school grading policy. So 20% classwork, 20% homework, or 10%, sorry, 35 and 35 for major and minor. Obviously, homework is going to look a little bit different this year. It's going to be most of what you do. And then also classwork. Sorry, late work. Okay, so this is different from every teacher, or all teachers have different stuff. What I want you to focus on here is that you can always turn in work to me until the end of a unit. Now, units are really pretty long, so they're going to be like a month or 2 long. So you have a long time to turn in work. However, if you turn in work more than 2 weeks late, it's going to be, I'll still take it, and you should still turn it in, because some credit is better than no credit, but it'll be half off. Now, that's different for, I know a lot of teachers have different rules. This is unprecedented times. I know you've probably heard that a million times since March, but I want to give you some grace, obviously, and I want you to extend some grace to me because this is new for me too, okay? If you have problems turning in work, or you're not understanding things, just know that I'm here. We'll talk about it. We can get through it. We will figure it out. I don't want you to turn in stuff late, but if you have to, some credit is better than no credit, okay? All right, technology. Obviously, we're virtual, so you need to have some technology. You should have a Chromebook. Hopefully you have one by now. If you don't, you need to get into contact with Ms. Gallagher. She'll be able to get you a Chromebook, okay? And then probably not for a week or two, probably. But we'll have the online version of our textbook. So it's called HMH Into Literature Grade 10. And it's the online textbook. So it's really nice that we have this resource, and I'll show you how to navigate it once we get into reading some short stories. That won't happen for a little bit, okay? In addition to the online text, we'll be using a variety of other online materials and resources, including, but not limited to, Padlet, Edpuzzle, Common Lit, No Writing, Zoom / Google Meet. I said earlier, Google Meet's probably what I'll be using later. So Padlet, like I said, I'm already starting with that. I really like it. We have an account with the school, which means that we've paid for it, so we get all the extra features, which is fun. It's probably something that we'll be using a lot, okay? So make sure that you're familiar with these things. If you're not, let me know, and we'll work out a time to make sure that you understand what you need. Okay. Now, usually I have kids come in and have required materials. So you should always have either a folder and a notebook, like a 3-ring, or not a 3-ring, like a spiral notebook. Or if you want to be a little bit more organized, you can have a 3-ring binder with loose leaf lined paper. Now, in the past, I have required you to have a 3-ring binder, and it was part of a grade. Obviously, this year, we're not going to do that. But it is a great way to stay organized. And if you're looking at, you know, if one of your goals for this year is to be organized, I would recommend the 3-ring binder. It will help. Writing utensils, again, I suggest a pencil in several different pen colors. I love taking notes in a bunch of different colors. It'll help keep you organized, I promise. Especially for those of you who are considering trade school or college or anything after high school. and good note-taking skills are really, really important, and they will help you a lot. Okay, that's basically it. There's two things I want to go over right now. A return form. So I want you, just like if you were here in person, I would have you take this home and have your parents sign it. You'll click this, it'll take you to a Google form. And I just want you to sit down and make sure that you and your parents understand what's happening in English 10, what's expected from English 10, all that jazz, okay? And then this one is just for you. This is just a survey to see your comfort level on things. I know a lot of people aren't necessarily comfortable showing their video or turning their video on. I just kind of want to see where we're at as a whole, where people are comfortable with. It's really short, it won't take you long. I would like you to have those two things turned in by the end of the week, okay? All right, I'm gonna exit out of here and go back to Google Classroom. Okay. All right, I showed you how to do the first day outfit. Like I said, you just click on this. It should take you to the Padlet. You sign in with Google. Oh, big thing, attendance. So I've been told that attendance will be you coming in and coming into the synchronous lessons. So you'll be just checking in with me. And sorry, now my brain is scattered. Just checking in with me and making sure that you understand things. Like I said, we can go over some stuff when we get into reading stories, stuff like that. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing the screen and come back here. Okay guys, I'm gonna have to call these people back because they're very excited to see me or hear from me. I am excited to be your English teacher. I am so excited to see you and see what you guys can do. I've heard so many good things about you. I am really sad that we can't be together today, but it'll be great. It'll be fine, and we're gonna stay safe, and hopefully everything, actually, I hope things don't go back to normal. I hope we move forward, okay? All right, guys, I cannot wait to hear from you and see your outfits. Get excited, 2020, 2021 school year. Yay!